While Americans were distracted by inflation headlines and trade war soundbites, Walmart was busy pulling a fast one. The retail giant has been quietly raising prices across its shelves, from toys to tape, despite President Trump's public demand that stores eat the tariffs rather than offload the cost onto everyday shoppers. The increases haven't exactly been subtle. Price tags circulating online, especially on Reddit's Walmart forums, show toys and household staples jumping by double, sometimes triple digits. A Jurassic World T-Rex figure, for instance, leapt from just under $40 in late April to $55 by May 21, a nearly 38% increase. Just 6 months ago, it was under $30. It gets worse. The once affordable baby-born doll climbed from $34.97 in March to nearly $50 in May, a spike of over 40%. A light bright set jumped nearly 50%, and an Etch-a-Sketch saw a stunning 67% markup. Even office supplies weren't safe. A simple roll of tape, previously selling for $4.24, now costs $9.94. A 134% increase. Then there's the fishing reel that surged from $57 in April to more than $83 in May, up 45% in just a few weeks. All of this comes after the Biden administration, building on Trump's aggressive trade stance, imposed a 145% tariff on certain Chinese imports in early April. The tariff was later reduced to 30%, but Walmart's price tags haven't caught up, and may never. When pressed, Walmart's chief financial officer John David Rainey admitted the hikes were unprecedented. The company insists it's doing its best to keep prices low given the reality of small retail margins. But critics, and many customers, aren't buying the excuse, especially considering Walmart raked in over $15 billion in profit last year. President Trump has not been shy about calling out the company, publicly demanding that Walmart and other large retailers absorb the tariff costs instead of shifting the burden to consumers. His message was blunt: eat the tariffs. Walmart, it seems, has done the opposite. The White House has tried to downplay the blowback. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent appeared on CBS's Face the Nation, insisting inflation is on the decline and calling consumer panic alarmist. He cited a recent dip in the Personal Consumption Expenditure Index, the Federal Reserve's preferred inflation gauge, which dropped to 2.1%, the lowest in 7 months. There have been no price increases, Bessent claimed. In fact, we saw the first real drop in inflation in 4 years. Tell that to families who just paid $50 for a toy dinosaur or $10 for a roll of tape. Retail analysts caution that tariffs aren't the only driver behind the price jumps. Supply chain issues, higher demand, and seasonal fluctuations all play a role. But the timing is hard to ignore, and for shoppers watching their bills climb, the nuance doesn't offer much comfort. Walmart says around 60% of its U.S. merchandise comes from domestic suppliers and that it has spent years trying to reduce dependence on Chinese imports. But even with those efforts, experts say no major retailer can fully shield itself, or its customers, from the ripple effects of a global trade war. David Bellinger, a retail analyst at Mizuho Securities, told clients he expects the long-term impact on consumer spending to be relatively small, likely just a low single-digit percentage. Still, small shifts in corporate boardrooms can hit hard at the checkout counter. And for Walmart shoppers, it's becoming increasingly clear: the company isn't eating the tariffs, you are.